Hey guys, it's Warren here from Macromedia 2 on YouTube, the second channel that works with Macromedia on YouTube. So, what we're going to go over today is how to make a really good looking muzzle flare right inside After Effects. No need for an expensive plugin like Action Essentials 2. The smoke from those muzzle flares they have in that pack are great if you want to add to it, but there's some free ones from Corridor Digital, and I think Film Riot does some, so just download those and you got yourself some good ones. Also, Detonation Films is great. Any requests or questions you might have, you can tweet me them at Macromedia on Twitter or look at the Facebook page. But for now, let's cut right to it, and let's get right to the tutorial. So we're in the editing software. As you can see, I'm using Adobe After Effects. And we're going to go to this one. So right here you can see the the slide blows back on the gun, and that's the USP-45. It's an awesome looking prop. And all you have to do for this effect is just duplicate your footage. So you find the footage down here, hit Control-D, and now you have a second layer. Now it's the frame before the actual slide goes back. So this one for me, Control-Shift-D, go forward one frame with page down, Control-Shift-D, and you got a 1 frame long overlay of your video. So if you actually go back to this layer here, this 1 frame long right there, what you'll notice is if I move this, it's an overlay. There's 2 videos on top of each other. So what we're going to do instead of just leaving it like that is take the pen tool and just make some wonky looking muzzle flare. And we're going to hold the click so we can get the special edges like that. And I'm going to pull these out and make it look way better. I find that sharp edges usually look better. So getting some randomized looking sharp edges in there won't hurt at all. And so you get it to the right size that you think looks good. Gonna just twist this one up. And that looks like a pretty perfect muzzle flare. We're gonna right click on it and go to blending mode and then go to add. Then we're gonna right click on it again, go to effect, and then we're gonna go to blur and sharpen, and then we're gonna go over to fast blur. And we're going to change it to, let's just keep it at 0. Then we're going to duplicate the same flashy layer here about 5 times. Select the footage, hit Control-D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times-ish. Maybe once more. We'll leave some of the information in there, but not much of it. Now it's pretty simple. We'll go to the second layer up and just blur it to about 17. Then the next one after that, up to about, I don't know, let's say in the 20s somewhere. Up again, gonna blur this one to like 70s. This next one probably into like the 90s. This next one in the hundreds, maybe 118-ish. And then this one will be in 148. It looks pretty good. And now, I'm going to blur the first one. That looks pretty good. It's 1 frame long. Boom. And the slide goes back. Now, just like any other muzzle flare, we're going to duplicate the footage once again. As you can see, we have 2 layers now. And we're going to add the environmental glow to everything that the muzzle flash would cast light onto. We're going to go to about there. And we're going to go down my arm-ish on me, a bit of the wall here, and then there. And we're going to right click on that layer and make this one add. We're going to hit F so we can feather the mask like that. So feather the crap out of it. Go to hit T and make the opacity go down a decent amount. Then go Control Shift D and Control Shift D. And now what we have is environmental glow. So for one frame, it lights up the environment. Now, if you want to make it perfect, you'd add shell and smoke. I'm not going to add a shell because 99% of action shots on YouTube don't have shells, and for the most part, people don't really even notice it. But I'm going to add some smoke. So we're going to go to AE2 here, which I have in my folders, which is Action Essentials 2. Like I said, you don't need to do this. A lot of the times people have muzzle flares that look really great with no smoke, and you don't really realize it until you see a top rated comment, no smoke, and then everyone's like, ah. But I will grab some from a Muzzleflash straight. Also, if you want free smoke, I'm pretty sure Filmright has released some packs, or a couple files, I should say, and Freddie Wong has a couple tutorials out there with links, or you can download the video and it has some built in, and Corridor Digital too. I think they have some. Now I added a bit of smoke to it, and I usually add a bit of blur to my smoke, just like 6, just to get rid of all the little details in the smoke. And then I go to the color corrector, because you almost can't see it, and just brighten it up a little bit so it's a bit more defined. And then I'll just size it up to make it look good. Now it's just a subtle detail. And that looks pretty good. And that's basically how you make a muzzle flare right inside of After Effects. You don't need to actually have Action Essentials 2. So thanks for sticking around. If you have any more questions or requests for tutorials or just ideas for videos or anything like that, you can tweet me at MacWarMedia, as you can see the screen here, or you can look at the link in the description. I know I already mentioned that, but it's all good. Or you can ask a question on our Facebook page, which is very nice to do as well, if you're not really a Twitter person. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. This is Warren from MacWarMedia, signing out.